In the legal world, there is a combination of forces that feed a corrupt and suffocating legal system for attorneys. Law schools, law professionals, judges, and even the firms themselves for whom you work create a system, a matrix, if you will, that is nothing like what you thought when you passed the bar exam. The purpose of this podcast is to help you escape this legal matrix, leading you out of the proverbial desert to be free of the bondage of the matrix. Hosted by Bryce D. Nyer, attorney at law with over 30 years experience in the trenches of civil and criminal litigation at the state, federal, and international levels. He's a highly accomplished and resourceful legal professional, a true master of his craft, and he's here to help you get your life back. Here's your host, Bryce D. Nyer.
All right. This is Bryce D. Nyer coming at you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina, home of Fort Bragg. Yeah, for another episode of Escape the Legal Matrix. And tonight we're going to talk about freedom or lack thereof. We got a hot topic tonight. It's going to be controversial. And you know what? I don't care. I want it to be controversial. I want you to think about what we're going to talk about tonight. I want you to digest it. I want you to really just let it sift tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about freedom, especially freedom of speech. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit irritated. I'm a little bit pissed tonight. I'm going to tell you why. Everybody says, be a nice guy. Don't be controversial, blah, blah, blah. Make everybody feel good. Hell no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not selling out, and I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to do it tonight either. So if you're awake and alive, which obviously you would be if you're listening to this, if you see what's going on across the world, it's not good. So the topic I'm going to hone in and dial in on tonight that really just has my engines rev, just has me like in a fighting mood. I got to tell you, it's about this issue of free speech. I cannot believe what's going on across the world, especially in the UK, Canada, the European Union, and frankly, parts of the United States where this attack on our freedom of expression, our freedom to exercise religion, to say things about the government and the stupidity that goes on. And I want to focus in as well on the United Kingdom. And look, I love international law. It's one of my favorite topics. I love to travel. I lived overseas for 5 years and 2 months when I was an Army officer. I've been to a lot of countries in Western Europe. I've been to, former communist country, East Germany, before the wall came down. And I got to tell you, I loved it. I love the international travel, the people, the language, the cultures, the food. I mean, it was just great. But what I see going on in today's world is this complete new world order, one world order on the march of silencing people that live in truth and dare speak up against the delusion and the deception and the lies. It's just unbelievable. I sit there and look at other countries on their so-called hate speech laws, and they're sitting there knocking on doors, talking about mean tweets or things people post on social media, and they actually have within their law enforcement divisions people that they track the stuff. And some of it's totally harmless to where you can't say anything against your own government or your own leaders. You can't say anything. You can't make fun of them. You can't criticize them. Or they come knocking on your door and they're actually arresting people, putting people in jail, convicting them. It's insane. It's delusional. It's deception. It's Orwellian. I can just not fathom this insanity. I'm sitting there watching this every day, and I'm wondering, what the hell is going on in the world? I mean, it's got to be Jesus on his way back, because I'm telling you, this was all predicted in Scripture thousands of years ago, and everybody laughs at it and mocks at it, but I'm telling you, they're talking about, these digital IDs in a lot of these countries are going to make it mandatory. If you don't have it, you're not going to be able to work. There's going to be issues about accessing medical, travel, financial accounts, food. I mean, this is crazy town. Crazy town, I tell you. Especially just like what they do in China with the social credit scores. Oh, yeah, you say something against the government, they don't like you, they start shutting you down. This happened, I think it was to the truckers in Canada during COVID when they were protesting about all the insanity. And then Prime Minister Trudeau, basically enacted some emergency powers and froze their financial accounts to punish them. It's crazy. It's just insane what's happening today. It's crazy. I mean, I don't think all of you are aware of what's going on in your world. You're so busy watching Netflix and the next Amazon movie or getting your next beer or football games or baseball and all or NBA, whatever the hell it is. And you don't realize that the legal matrix is a real thing. It's not made up. The legal matrix is comprised of people and agencies and entities that sit there on the march, taking every single freedom you have away. And they're using the legal systems, they're using the courts, they're using the law enforcement, and they're arresting people, putting people in prison and ruining their lives financially. And ruining families. It's destruction. It is unreal. And I just cannot sit back and pretend that everything's okay. Because I'm going to tell you something, folks. In this world today, it's not okay. The world is not okay. It's on life support. And if you keep ducking your head in the sand, if you keep hiding from what's really going on, you're going to be the next captive. This is crazy. I was sitting there talking about, traveling overseas next year and planning a trip. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know if I really want to go. I really don't know if I want to go. If you can't criticize what political leaders are doing, and some of what they're doing is totally criminal and insane, it's just crazy, without the threat of being jailed or having your bank accounts cut, access to them cut off. This is nutso. Tell me why a country needs to have a digital ID. Somebody explain that to me. You've already got a passport. Now they're scanning them in. Why do you have to have a digital ID? I'm going to tell you why. So they have total control of everything over you, cutting off access to healthcare, cutting off your bank accounts, shutting your cards off. You name it. With a flip of a switch and the click of a mouse, your freedoms are eroded, eradicated, gone, erased, just like cleaning a hard drive. And you don't exist. You're null and void, null and void, null and void. This is what's happening. And I'm telling you, you law students and you lawyers, you're sitting on the sidelines. What the hell are you doing? Are you that much of a coward and a lemming that you can't stand up to this insanity? What the hell are y'all doing? Why are you even going to law school? What the hell we even have a constitution in this country for if you law students and you lawyers are not going to stand up and litigate and go fight these Orwellian powers, to fight against the legal matrix? And you lawyers across the globe, are you part of the conspiracy too? Are you part of the legal matrix where you can't stand up and be recognized and be heard and just raise total holy hell against this insanity? I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't want anybody anymore to tell me anymore that the stuff in the scripture is not true. Because the stuff I'm reading, the stuff I'm researching and looking at from that was written 2,000 years ago and even before, it's coming true. Don't sit there anymore and tell me that it's fables and fairy tales or that, because it's not. Don't. I've sat here for years and watched this crazy town stuff about, marriage, and about, the transgender and, and men can be women and women can be men and blah, 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 blah. And, the drag queen story hour for kids and all this other insanity. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people today. I really don't. But I'll tell you what, I'm fired the hell up tonight. I am fired the hell up. I've sat here and watched over the last couple weeks what's been going on, especially in the European Union and the UK. And people are fed up. They're fed up in the United States. They are fed up with this delusion and deception. We're done. We're tired of it. I see it all the time in the legal profession with lawyers who just spin and lie, and they're too afraid to dare go out there and speak the truth. And so are you judges. You judges are the same way. You sit there and ascend to your federal positions, to your state court positions, and you kowtow to the delusion and the deception and the lies just to get your swanky pensions. It's what you do. Don't sit there and say you don't, because it's true. It's what you do. And you lawyers allow it to happen. And you law schools, you're just as guilty. You become institutionalized within the legal matrix to where you sit there and you indoctrinate law students to do this. You lawsuits ought to be sitting there going, how can I open? How can I own? How can I operate? And how can I lead my own law firm in truth? But you don't. You take the bait. You drink the Kool-Aid. It's all about the money. It's all about the retainer fees. It's all about the judicial pensions. That's what it's about. And you know what you do? You sell your soul in the process. You sell out. You sell out. I tell you, everybody sits there and talks about this former Soviet Union, East Germany, the North Koreans, and all this, and Cuba. Well, let me tell you, we are 10 times worse than they ever were. What's going on around the world and these so-called democracies or constitutional republics or whatever the hell you want to call them, that's not freedom. That's not freedom. That's delusion. That's deception. Promising everybody this and that, and it'll make the country better and a better society and inclusive. We don't need people. We don't need inclusiveness. We need people to use common sense. Common sense. We need people to be based upon the merits of what they do. Not the DEI, not the political correctness, none of this crap. It doesn't work. Socialism doesn't work. Marxism doesn't work. The liberal left policies, they do not work. They don't. They aren't meant to work. Not in a constitutional republic like the United States. And don't even get me started on the religion issues. Don't even tell me that certain religions are good for this country and compatible, because they're not. You got some religions, you don't, as a woman, you don't have any rights. You're killed. And all you people out there running around and this and that for certain countries in the Middle East and blah, 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 especially with your orientation, let me tell you what they will do to you when you go over there. You won't last an hour. You won't last a day. But you're so deluded, you're crazy. You're just crazy. And yet here we are. Here we are. This year is almost over, heading into a new year. And behold your world. Behold your world. You want to know why people are all pissed off? Because they're being called out on their bullshit. And they are. The day of reckoning is coming. The day of reckoning is coming. For all of us. Me too. You can't sit here and continue to live in delusion and deception. You just can't do it. You can't live in half-truth. It just doesn't work. Your freedoms, man, they're evaporating. And if you even think you have privacy, which we talked about on a prior podcast, you're stoned, you're high. You don't have any privacy anymore. Everything you do is cataloged, recorded. Your smart devices, your cell phones, your cars, everything. Even this recording. It's all set up there in some cloud where it's analyzed with some AI program. It's what they're doing. But the more you live in fear, the more you operate in fear and you allow it to happen, you're the walking dead. I said this a couple years ago on one of my first episodes of Escape the Legal Matrix. We become the walking dead. We have kowtowed to this insanity. We have kowtowed to this deception, all in the name of DEI, political correctness, the new world order, the one world order, the globalism. It doesn't work. Nations need to have their separate sovereignty. Poland is right. Hungary is right. They are correct. They're not going to give up their sovereignty. You're going to have to come take it. But other countries, they're surrendering the new world order. It's a dangerous thing. It's a terrifying thing. And I'm going to tell you, there's going to come a day when you have to make a choice what you're going to do. You're going to take one path or the other. One leads to destruction and one leads to life. And you better know the difference and you better know what that means. Because I'm telling you, this world is not going to be here much longer in the form that it's in now. It's just not. It can't be. Laugh, mock, say what you want. But I'm telling you, look around. Look around. Where is the truth? Where are those that live and operate in truth? I mean, seriously, ask yourself the better question. Where in your world are you living in lies? Where are you living in truth? And if we're living in lies, what are we doing about it? I struggle with this every day. Because I tell you, I'm disgusted with the legal profession. I'm totally disgusted. People say, oh, it's a negative attitude. Okay, so what? So what? I'm right. It's true. The legal profession is not a profession anymore. Lady Justice is not blind. It's not. It's a grease the palms. It's a vehicle for baseless, vindictive litigation, and those in power, the power brokers, have used it to silence those who live and operate in truth. And you lawyers, you can sit there and ignore this all day long. You can. You can pretend and go on about your life, next retainer fee, blah, blah, but I guarantee you there will come a day. There will come a day of reckoning. There's a storm coming, folks. There is a storm coming. And for you that can't figure it out, I feel sorry for you. I really do. I really, really do. Because the danger is not from necessarily the outside enemies, the armies and stuff. It's the deception and delusion from within. There's the enemy from within. And there's a cancer eating away within this country, the United States, and other countries in the UK and the EU and in Asia. I'm telling you. And it's happening. And everybody's just like, oh, I'll do my cute little memes on social media. Everything won't be okay. No. Stop that thought process. Everything is not okay in the world today. It's not. And it's going to take brave men, brave women to get up, to stand up, to rise up to against the legal matrix, to this insanity and this delusion. Now, you can listen tonight, and you can blow it off. You can call me crazy all day. But one thing's for sure, look at the facts without the feelings of what's going on in your world. And then come back and tell me I'm crazy. So ask yourself the better question. Where you living? Where in your world are you living in delusion and deception? Where are you lying to yourself? Where you're not living in truth? What are you not seeing? I'll tell you, the storm is coming. It's coming. This is Bryce Nair, and I am out of here.